Good evening, friends, family, associates, acquaintances, and people of the interwebs. It's your boy Big B, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people allow themselves to be hindered by, brought down and by in life, and that is so-called family. When I say so-called family, what I mean by that is this. Family are people that you're blood related to who are supposed to love you unconditionally no matter what. That means they take you as you come, are loyal to you till you die, and stand by your side. They're supposed to be honest with you, love you, care for you. They are not supposed to harm you. They are not supposed to hinder you. They are not supposed to use you. They are not supposed to destroy you. And they are not supposed to fuck you over. Well, unfortunately, a lot of so-called family does all of those things and more. I've witnessed it and been through it my personal self in my own life. My perfect, so-called perfect mother, who thought she was perfect in every way, was the most hateful, mean, unloving person that I've ever met in my life. Everything that she wanted me to do was please her, and her love was conditional based upon what I did for her and what I didn't for her. The woman never told me once that she loved me. She never hugged me. She never showed me any kind of affection. So that shows you what kind of person she was. I have a friend who today had to leave her house because her father is an abusive drunk alcoholic. She's a single mother to her son, and he's been mentally and physically abusing her, sometimes yelling at her and doing all these things in front of her 3-year-old son, which is unacceptable and absolutely toxic for her and her child. He should be putting his own woes aside, casting aside the alcoholism to care for his daughter and for his grandchild. But instead, he is wallowing deep in alcoholism, which is an addictive, abusive thing, not trying to do anything about it, and taking out his frustration, his anger, and his bad things on his poor daughter. So now she had to retrieve, and she had to leave, and she had to go and get away. I've seen people after people all throughout my life who allow, in the name of family, people to abuse them, to hurt them, to use them, to destroy them. I mean, even to kill them at certain points. And it blows my mind. Family, like I said again, are people who are supposed to keep you from harm, love you unconditionally, help you through any time, and be there for you. Not to destroy, not to take, not to do this. Would you allow a stranger to walk in your house and take your belongings, or borrow obscene amounts of money that put you in debt forever, or use your credit, or harm you physically, mentally, or spiritually in any way? No, you wouldn't. So just because someone's blood related, that's an okay thing for them to do to you, for them to harm you in those ways, or harm your children, or harm your life, or destroy you in any way? No. So many people have that mindset stuck in their head because it's an old school mentality of loving your family unconditionally. But love is a two-way street. If that love is not given back to you and that same protection, then walk the fuck away. Get far as fuck away from those people as fast as you fucking can. Because if you allow them to bring you down and encircle you into that cone of misery that they're caught up in, they will bring you down too. There's another friend of mine currently going through a divorce. The father of their 2 children is an asshole. He's addicted to something as well. And instead of worrying about his children, putting his children first, he's torturing his wife, which is causing his children to be tortured, and destroying their whole life because he's too selfish. If you're going to have children, guess what? Your children have to come first. When me and my wife had our first child, I said, fuck you, fuck me, our children first, the rest of our lives. That's the way it's going to be. Their needs, their wants, their well-being has to come first, above all else. And until they are old enough to take care of themselves and they can fend for themselves, it is all about them and nothing else. Secondary, everything else is secondary. And that's the way it's been ever since. Our 3 children now, our warrior princes, are 9, 7, and 4. And I will always put them above their happiness, their well-being, their safety, their care, and their wants and their needs ahead of everything else. Then if there's times left, then I will go and I will do whatever else is necessary. And that is the only way to be. Both parents have to be on board, though. If you're going to be a parent, just because you have a fucking kid doesn't mean make you a father or a mother. Being a parent is not only taking care of the needs, physically, mentally, and spiritually for your children and preparing them for the world, but it also means taking the time to parent them, to discipline them. They are not your fucking friends. They are your children. You have to parent them. Put them in timeout. Don't beat them up. Don't mentally, physically abuse them. Don't harm them in any way. They are going to be exactly what you make them from their childhood. Think back to your childhood and how many things are still true to this day and as an adult. How many, I can tell you things that have never changed about me and things that happened to me in my childhood that directly reflected on my adult life to this day. And I'll tell you what, I would be damned if I ever did that to my children. I am nurturing them in every way, and whatever they want to do in life, I will support them through. As long as they work hard and they do the best that they can do. I will not allow them to be lazy. I will not allow them to be disrespectful. I will not allow them to be uncouth and be dispolite. They will have the best morals, values, respect, manners, and everything that they're supposed to. I will prepare them for the world so they can protect themselves physically, mentally, spiritually. I will make sure they are grounded as good people, be critical thinkers, decide what's right and wrong, and all that takes work. One of the biggest insults my wife and I get is, "Oh, you're lucky. Your children are so well behaved." Luck has nothing to fucking do with it. How about hours and hours of discipline and time out and talking to? That's how that came to pass. I shrill in utter disgust when we go out to restaurants and I see children running amok down the aisles or down through the tables and things like that, while my 3 little warrior princes are sitting there with their hands on the table, waiting to eat and being good, because that took work. It's called parenting. It doesn't just happen. It's not an automatic thing, okay? Be good to the people who are in your family. Put them first. You have to set yourself in the back. If you love the people that you call family, then make sure you love them unconditionally. You don't judge them. And be honest with them. If they're fucking up, tell them they're fucking up. Help them through it. If they don't want help, walk away. Don't let them bring you down with them until they're ready to finally do what's right. Always be there for them as best as you can, but if they're not doing right, you cannot allow them to destroy your own life. You have a responsibility to your children, you have a responsibility to yourself and your own happiness. I said I wasn't going to let this video go long, but as always, I'm fucking rambling. I can't help it. It's the engineer in me. I'm meticulous and detail oriented. It's so hard to make these things short. But anyway, I just wanted to say, guys, don't let family destroy your life. Just because they're family by blood doesn't mean they're a true family. Family is loyalty and people who love you unconditionally and take care of you. That's the people that will fight for you in your life, that will steer you from harm and do everything and accept you unconditionally. That's true family. And that's why growing up, my friends are my family. And, to this day and age, I still have those good friends that I love and care for and protect and would do anything for. So you guys have a great night. Stay positive. Keep fighting forward because the past is behind us and there's nothing to do with the past. Tomorrow is promised to no one, so work hard as best you can today while you have the opportunity and make sure you live with no regret because that is the only way that's going to happen. So stay strong, be positive, keep fighting forward, and be good, guys. God bless you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for listening and tuning in.